Mr. Nobody. I know a funny little man, as quiet as a mouse, who does the mischief that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. 'Tis he who always steers our books, who leaves the door ajar, he pulls the buttons from our shirts and scatters pins afar. That squeaking door will always squeak, for, Preethi, don't you see, we leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. He puts damp wood upon the fire that kettles cannot boil. His are the feet that bring in the mud and all carpets soil. The paper always are mislaid. Who had them last but he? There's not one tosses them about but Mr. Nobody. The finger marks upon the door by none of us are made. We never leave the blinds unclosed to let the curtains fade. The ink we never spill, the boots that lying around you see, are not our boots. They all belong to Mr. Nobody. Thank you for listening. So guys, now you tell me the question answer. What is Mr. Nobody compared with in the poem? Mr. Nobody is compared to a mouse that does mischief quietly without being seen by anybody. What kinds of mischief does Mr. Nobody get up to in the house? Mr. Nobody breaks plates, tears books, leaves the door ajar, pulls buttons from shirts, scatters pins, puts damp wood upon the fire, soils the carpets with muddy feet, leaves finger marks on the door, leaves the door, leaves blinds unclosed and spills ink. Who do you think does all the mischief? The children of the family do all the mischief. He is probably the poet himself. Thank you for listening.